Hey, Gen Xers, Katie here, your front porch nurse. What is going on today? If we haven't met yet, I'm Katie. I'm a registered nurse. I have a PhD in nursing. I have done research. I have done tons of nursing care. I have taught other nurses how to hopefully be better nurses. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about drugs. No, not the kind that will help you forget what's going on day to day, but prescriptions that, I guess some of those prescriptions do help you do that, but that's not really what I'm after. So, prescriptions, because most of us take prescriptions for our chronic diseases. Yay, chronics. Um, and if you forgot or just don't know what chronic diseases are, they're issues, medical conditions that last over a few months, which is pretty much everything we have going on at midlife. It includes low back pain, super common, migraines, autoimmune diseases, cancer, diabetes, like the PCOS, lady parts issues, lots of lots of problems. High cholesterol, I have that one. Anyway, medication. I talked to a bunch of women who are interested in maybe not doing medication, and that's totally an option, but you have to really pay attention to your numbers, your data related to your condition, and you have to do the things, you have to do the healthy habits, right? But here's the deal with medications. We have gotten this story that it's easier to pop a pill than to try to improve our health, right? And we've also gotten this story that once you start taking a medication, you pretty much are just take it forever. And with chronic conditions, that's not necessarily the case. You can absolutely change your health status and go off of medications. You will hear these like internet myth things about cure your diabetes in 2 days. Just drink beet juice or whatever. I don't know if beet juice is a thing, but those quick fix things are not going to get you off of meds. If you truly want to get off of medications, you have to put in the time and do the healthy behaviors. And I know that our brains don't really want to do that because our brains love the quick fix. It's so easy, it's so attractive. But if you take care of anybody older than yourself, or if you have aging parents and they get health care, because there are some that just kind of choose not to, and some that like make it their full time job. So if they get health care, they probably are taking some medications and they probably don't really question that, and they might be taking a lot of medications. And I take all these things from our aging parents as lessons now, right? In midlife, I'm like, okay, I still have some time. I can improve my health. I can maintain my health. I don't want to end up like that person. So, medications. Okay, so meds are important to, if you're going to take meds, and there's nothing wrong with it, but if you want to take the medication while you're working on improving your health, that's one way to go for sure. You might really need to take the medication for the rest of your life. It just depends what it is. But there are always downsides, there are always potential side effects, and that's important to pay attention to. Like when you start a new medication, the first couple few weeks, you want to make mental notes like, am I actually feeling better? Because if you don't feel any better, or if it doesn't change, if it's something that you can't feel, like maybe cholesterol, but the medication does not actually change your numbers in a few months, then it's time to try something else. So you're in charge of your medications, believe it or not. You're in charge of your health experiment. And every few months is a good time frame to reevaluate, to think about changing things. And what else do I want to say about that? That's a good intro. Um, the other thing about medications, especially for our aging parents, is a thing called polypharmacy. That just means a lot of meds, and that happens when you have like specialist doctors and your primary care doctor, and everybody's prescribing medications, and nobody talks to each other because they don't. And no, they can't all see each other's stuff on the computer. They all have different systems. Don't even get me started about that. So, polypharmacy is pretty dangerous, honestly, because medications can counteract each other. So, they're not working on what they're supposed to be working on, or can cause toxicity in one another, can trigger toxicity in another medication, um, or they can just like react badly with each other and cause some really bad health outcomes. So if you or your aging parent are taking a lot of different taking different meds from different doctors, make sure that everybody knows that when you go in for your appointments. That's one of your like top things to report back. Okay, I got this new med from so and so. Polypharmacy, that's that. And pharmacists are a good resource too, by the way, just to go through your full med list and be like, oh, this one really shouldn't be taken with that other one that you have. So even if you start with the pharmacist to get the info and then follow up with a doctor to make sure that you can safely change those things. Because some medications you really shouldn't just quit cold turkey. Um, a lot you can, but there are some that it's more dangerous to quit them than it is to you have to taper off. All right, that's my med intro. And like, follow, share, click all the buttons. I will talk to you again soon.